Hello and welcome to Fishing on Northwest. Wayne and Tommy Donlin. What do you think, Tommy?
It's the best. There you go.
I was not drinking my
buddy's homemade wine, living Northwest wild. Hunting, fishing is my kind of style. I float the Wainuchi when it gets hot. I'm proud I own the things that I've got.
Hello and welcome to Fish on Northwest. Wayne England and yes, Thomas Donlin.
Hey man, good to be back.
It's been a bit.
Yeah.
Hasn't it? I mean,
That's
between multiple hunts on the road, you're out,
That's right.
I'm out, took a week off because we stayed east side and we get back, and then you're hunting, and then Halloween. Just it's been a series of events that has led us apart, my friend.
Yeah, I know.
But you're back.
A fortunate series of events.
Yeah, you know, with good outcomes.
Lots of success.
Overall, right?
Yep.
Good
Yeah.
outcomes. So, hey, so glad everybody could join us today for the program. We got a lot to get to. Tommy, got a lot to catch up on.
Yes.
Been out doing a lot, and when we're out doing stuff, it also generates fantastic content that we get to bring to the folks here week in and week out. So again, glad everybody could join us, and it's just nice to be back in here together because we do have a lot to catch up on. And yeah, you had some successful hunts. I think you've killed something everywhere you've gone.
I have. I've
I'm not
killed all my
mistaken.
tags so far.
Yeah, that's pretty commendable.
Yep. Now my
And,
wife is up next. It's her turn.
and more. You got enough freezers?
Yeah, I got 5.
I
We'll be good.
got
We'll be good.
I have 5 as well. So yeah, we got so much to get to. Hey, we're just going to get right to it. We did actually make it out on the river a week and a half ago or so, prior to that big last rain that came in and you know, blew everything up again. Got a longtime friend, Mario Venti, out there with me. Tommy, he hasn't got off the ocean for years.
I don't necessarily blame him. I mean, the ocean's a good spot.
But the rivers can be pretty stuffed full of fish, especially when the ocean performs so well as it did in the summertime. So got Mario out on the river, and he actually he caught a chum, and he had made the mention that, man, I have not caught a chum. I don't know when's the last time I caught a chum. So it all came together relatively well, and it's no surprise as to what he caught it on. That's this week's peak outdoor moment of the week. On the eggs. Let's hope that's a coho, Mario.
Yep.
That kid.
There he is.
Excellent. I'm gonna get some coffee because I know when you fight fish, it literally takes a while. It's one of those holes that I'll come in here and fish like a half an hour, not touch anything, and all of a sudden you slowly start catching fish. And to me, that's just fish constantly just kind of moving on up. They get into this hole. It's a little deeper than surrounding areas, so they kind of hang in here for a little bit. Pretty soon they get on the bite. So I think we've hit that time. We'll say coho until proven otherwise, but knowing Mario, probably a chum on eggs.
Chum on eggs.
Chum on eggs. I could grab my floating egg rod and double up. Oh, chummy. I can wait to fish. I will help you tail that fish.
Come on, guy.
Good fighters. And chum do eat eggs.
They do.
Especially if we're curing them with some krill, which is what we're doing. Okay, back up here to the shore, Mario. Right under the jaw.
Nice.
Not like he didn't bite at it, but sometimes the teeth on this buck.
Yeah, look at that guy.
That's what I love about the chum, especially the bucks. You know, that hen we got. They get toothy as well, but these bucks really get the teeth.
Yeah, and how strong he is for how far down the line he is too, you know?
Yeah, they're a great looking fish. Look, it's got sea lice on it.
Oh yeah.
Still with partial tail intact, so this guy's been moving right on up into the system.
What a beauty.
Yeah. You want to let him go?
Huh? Sure.
Want to shake hands with him?
Yeah, I'm gonna do. It's been a while since I caught a chum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Come on, bud. Ready?
He'll get going.
Perfect. Right back.
Yep.
That was what a good fight.
Chum on eggs.
Chum on eggs.
Nicely done. Well, there you go. Little chum success, floating eggs.
Man, Mario, if I didn't know any better, I would call him Hollywood.
Yeah, he likes to take his time.
yeah.
You may have caught the fact that I said I'm going to get some coffee.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
Could
while.
have played a chess game.
Yeah, peak outdoor moment of the week, Mario Venti and Chum Lovin. All right, running down the show as we get to it here. River Coho, talking about line mending and current direction in this little piece that I've set up for you. And the bobber drains. Trust me, you will want to see this, so stay tuned. Tommy Donald is back here in studio. Successful Idaho rifle elk hunt once again. How did this hunt go down? Tommy has all the details to catch you up and what he's been up to, but this one is actually pretty darn exciting. Our recent pheasant hunt a few weeks ago over there at Hidden Ranch Outfitters. With our deer hunt completed, we decided to enjoy a nice leisurely morning hunting up those pheasant, Tommy. And how do we do? We're going to bring you that video on today's show. And then, unfortunately, another Hatchery Winter Steelhead program comes to an end. Ed Eleazer is our guest this show, and WDFW Region 4 Fish Program Manager. He's here to tell us why did it close down and what the future holds. And then, of course, we'll close out the show with some announcements that you definitely want to stay tuned for. So jumping out for a quick break. We'll be right back. Defiance Marine is the one-stop shop for the Pacific Northwest angler. Defiance Marine guarantees the best price on a new and best service on a repower for your current boat. Defiance Marine is a Honda Premier dealership and one of the largest on the West Coast. Defiance Marine is a boat dealer who proudly sells Defiance, Allied, and Arima boats. All boats are built by West Coast fishermen for West Coast fishermen. Defiance Marine has all your boating needs to help you get out on the water.
If you're looking for the best fishing rods in the world, you really do need to take a look at the Edge rods. I designed and built new machinery, and I think this new machinery has enabled us to build blanks like no other company can build without this equipment. There is no other rods in the world that are as good as these rods. You owe it to yourself to take a good look at them.
For more than 90 years, you've entrusted one brand to guide you towards living the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Now you can entrust affiliated Better Homes and Gardens real estate professional to interpret your needs and help you find the home in which to live your dreams through every stage of your home buying or selling process. And through every stage of your life, there's Better Homes and Gardens real estate. Expect better.
All right, welcome back here to the show. So, Tommy, a few weeks ago, a week and a half, whatever, before that last big rain hit, we, as you saw, with the chum out there on the river. Well, I took opportunity in this one spot to kind of key in on the way the current came into this corner, and it swept into this corner, hit a wall, which created a back eddy, and we actually had a current seam that comes in and it splits and goes two directions. And I was literally paying out line and fishing my float through this piece of water and explaining to Mario why the float's doing what it's doing and how we could actually fish both sides of this if you do it correctly. And as I'm explaining that, well, check this out. Here's what has happened. This is good. So a couple things about this drift right in here. It's interesting because we got this sweeping corner, but it hits that wall and creates a really strong back eddy over in this area. So this current actually comes into this wall and it splits and goes two directions, down river and across, and swirls back up. So there we go. I was not paying attention because I was talking. That bobber absolutely drained. And I was going to talk about why those fish might be up in there. And there it was, up on that shelf. Yes, indeed. Okay, take this one up here. Mario, you want to land this fish so I can keep fishing?
Yeah.
Huh?
Sure.
Come on.
Land a fish on the bank. That's weird.
I know. We can get away with it if we do it right. Keep backing up. I want you all the way up there.
Roger that.
We're going to bring that fish in right here.
Okay.
Okay? That's your target. So you're going to be up there about 15, 20 feet away from it. It looks like it's hooked in the side on the head or mouth. Come on down river, get in the soft water. Oh, look where it's hooked.
Yeah, right.
It is somewhat fouled, so that's crazy. Let's get in here. We're going to end up letting that one go because it's behind the gill plate. Oh, it's got to be forward to the gill plate.
What a beauty.
Just a nice hen right behind the gill plate. It's a hatchery fish too. It's got to be forward to the gill plate, so boy, she's a tough battle. Okay, clear the line.
Got it.
Oh, it is a wild fish. Okay, come on.
That is a nice fish.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Nice to see fresh fish in here. That's why she's so tough. I mean, we're talking like a ½ inch behind the gill plate, but nonetheless, I just don't want to. Strong enough, right?
Yep.
That would be the reason for their ability to swim and breathe, and you know, when they can keep working their mouth,
Right.
and keep that oxygen up.
Also, that angle of attack, you're never turning your nose, right?
You never turn your nose.
You're just always at a disadvantage.
So I guess what we were talking about, backing up, is that current, the way it comes in there. I've noticed when that float, if I keep my line up off the water, and then feed it line as it hits that corner, it actually catches the back eddy and goes inside. And I've been hit a couple times in there.
Okay.
If I leave my line down and it catches the current, it's going to sweep it to the down corner side. Not that I didn't pick that fish up down there, but they seem to be kind of stacking on the edge of that boil right there. So if we keep our line mended up, and once it starts heading that way and turning the corner, you can feed it line, and that float actually goes upriver. Hey, we're back. All right, well, there you go. Trying to describe and explain that current seam and how it splits, Tommy. And if you keep your line elevated and off the water and don't let it get swept, you can actually get it to and feed it line. You're gonna push that thing up around the corner.
Right, it doesn't have the drag from all the current going down.
Exactly, and all them fish were kind of stacking up there. As you saw in that video, I missed the first bobber down because I was busy talking. So I was like, oh, whatever. And so the first time it drained, it probably would have been a successful hookup. But again, just right behind the gill plate, got to let those fish go. We can't retain those fish. But hey, had a pretty good day, and we got more of that day coming to you here in the next week or so. Ended up doing some pretty great stuff, and we get to head back out on the river tomorrow.
Beautiful.
It's time to get out there and get it done. We got more rain coming, so you definitely want to get on the water when you can. All right, jumping out for a quick break. We'll be right back. Allied, the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
Sportco, an outdoor emporium, is the largest local outfitter in the Northwest since 1975, providing thousands of people affordable outdoor gear. This summer, make your next outdoor adventure more affordable by shopping at our warehouse-style pricing. We are a local Scotty dealer, offering sales, service, and repair. Located in Fife and Seattle, come visit us today. The outdoors await you.
All right, welcome back here to the program. So, Tommy, with us being out and on the road and doing your thing, and you actually went back to Idaho this year.
I did.
For another, successful elk hunt, rifle elk hunt, right?
Yep.
Real quickly, talk about that. So there's some rumblings, there's changes coming, but it's still the get online, sit at the computer, get your number, sit in the queue, get your tag.
It is for now, but I mean, the environment's changing. It started with, hey, there's too many non-residents in Idaho. The residents were complaining. I don't blame them.
Yeah.
But elk tag used to be $350. Now it's $650. And, that wasn't good enough. And now we are to the point where we've got a reduced quota for non-resident tags. Everybody's got to get online. You go into this online waiting queue.
Oh boy.
You get a random number.
Yeah.
Could be 300, could be 20,000. And, typically for a decently popular elk hunt, if you get a number that's past 7,000 to 10,000, you're just not going to get your
You're
tag.
not getting your tag.
That's right.
Yeah. And this was, in fact, same area you hunted last year and got that monster.
Correct.
That big old bull.
Correct.
Yeah. So kind of talk about that area. Is it impacted by wolves? Are you seeing some activity from wolves, or how's it affecting the herds? They doing okay? They diminishing? What's going on?
Yeah. Well, let me just start off by saying that, it was a typical program. We show up, 3 or 4 days before the season, right, and scout. Now this year it was just a complete dust bowl. So trying to find, is that a fresh print versus this one?
Oh, gotcha.
The only way you can tell is if if you're actually driving or walking and you put a print in the ground and then an elk stepped on top of it.
Right.
I mean, that was basically the only way to tell, right?
How what were the temperatures and stuff when you first got there?
It was warm. I mean, the first couple of days we were scouting, it was 70 degrees.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was pretty warm.
Yeah.
And then our game plan is basically get up early in the morning, scout the spot where you expect them to be or hope them to be. Early morning, late evening, you got to be in the zone. And then hopefully, if you pattern elk in that area, you can try to count on them being there early in the morning.
Gotcha.
That was not the case this year.
Not happening?
No, not happening.
Okay.
So, opening day went by. We heard very few shots just in general. I was working down in the timber on day number 2. And I decided, you know what, I'm just going to kind of still hunt, right? I'm going to go slow, move a little bit deeper into the timber, go slow. Cow called a couple times, didn't hear anything. I was just sitting kind of listening to the forest. And about, 10 minutes after my last cow call, all of a sudden I hear this massive eruption.
And this is day what? How many days?
Well, this would be like, 4 days scouting, day number 2 of the actual hunt.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So the forest erupts with noise.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It comes to life.
Yeah. Right. And elk, the beautiful thing about elk hunting is they are not quiet creatures.
They are not quiet creatures.
And so when they decide that they're going to get up and move, you absolutely know that they are getting up and doing so.
Gotcha.
And so, these elk were just out of my sight, probably like 350 to 400 yards below me. The thermals were in my favor.
Oh.
So they didn't scent me. And they just busted, right? And I mean, like with intention, they were moving through the.
Something's got them going.
Something's got them going.
Okay.
And I said, okay, interesting. And it was definitely like a herd. It wasn't a single animal. It was a bunch of elk moving. And I go, okay, well, I'm going to, they kind of work from my 2 p.m. to my 11 a.m. as I'm looking down the mountain. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to work down and you know, keep on top of them. That way they don't win me.
Sure.
And I'm slowly working down. I probably get about, I don't know, a quarter mile down, and I run into just this like heavy pecker pole, brushy stuff that elk are not going to go through. There's no game trails going through it. And I decide, okay, it's time to start riding the wagon wheel, right? Going down one ravine, kind of side hill, and going across the ridges. And I get to that first ravine, and I get ready to go into it. And all of a sudden the forest erupts again. I'm thinking, oh yeah, that's them. And they are right there.
Huh.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, wow, it's getting louder. It's getting a lot louder. And I'm standing there, I'm going, oh, they're coming, right? And then I look down and I realize I am standing in their game trail.
They're coming right at you.
And they're coming right at me.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Sure enough, the first cow pops out, lead cow comes up, is on a path to intersect me, looks up and goes, huh, that wasn't there the last time I used this trail.
Right.
And she bails down the mountain, and then the next elk and the next elk, and now they're coming in 2s and 3s. And then all of a sudden I'm like, pause, nothing, just a bunch of cows. Now remember, I'm in a bull only area.
Sure.
Cannot shoot a cow.
Right.
Right. And then all of a sudden the last one to pop out is you know, a 1x2, right? And I'm like, yep. I like elk meat, so does my family.
And he's right there.
14-yard shot.
14 yards with your rifle.
14-yard shot,
right?
300 Win Mag out of my Tika. Game over.
Done.
Game over. And it was a high lung shot, probably the oddest ballistic forensics that I've ever done in my life. 180 grain Accubon with a 2850 feet per second muzzle velocity. That bullet did not exit that elk.
For real?
I'm not joking.
What is the deal?
And it
Too
didn't
close?
touch the front shoulder. It broke the second rib, and the hole on the near side was about that big.
Interesting.
That big, which you never see.
That's crazy.
What
What was pushing them? Were they chased by elk?
They were
wolves,
absolutely chased by wolves.
in the middle of the day. What time is this?
Yep. This is 8 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, gotcha.
8 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah,
So
first thing.
my buddy, you know, obviously he still had a tag, so he was working down the mountain, kind of the direction that the herd had gone.
Yeah.
And he found wolf tracks in those elk tracks.
Interesting.
That's how I was mentioned earlier, you know, how dusty it was.
Yeah. Real
And
quick.
so-
Any takeaways? Anything you learned about?
Yeah, I would say, you know, the wolves have a huge impact on elk herds,
Mhm.
and it makes the elk herd really unpredictable. They stop talking. They're not as vocal.
Sure. Yeah. We've seen that in a number of areas
as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I would say, like, what you see, and this is a horrible thing to say, but like your glassing, you know, all that effort that you put into scout doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be able to get on them open.
It's hard to pattern them.
Yeah, it is.
Because they could be pushed on one day and
Yeah.
not necessarily the next, right?
Yep.
So it gets very.
And it pushes them into some very nasty areas.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And you're right. They're going to be quiet because they're learning the game. They used to not have to worry about this.
Right.
Now they're having to learn how to survive.
Correct.
Nobody in their generations has taught them, oh, by the way, stay away from those guys. Right. So this
Right.
is all new to them as well. Excellent, man. Meat in the freezer. Exciting, probably exciting couple minutes for you.
Oh, it was good. It was good.
Jesus. Right in the flight path, as they say. All right, jumping out for a quick break. Coming back to you with pheasant hunt video from the east side. You're going to enjoy this. Back after the break, right here.
Start your outdoor adventure at SportGo and Outdoor Emporium. 2 locations with the best selection of name brand outdoor gear at affordable warehouse pricing. Over 60,000 different items to fit in your adventure. Like Gamakatsu fishing gear, premium grade high carbon steel hooks, Gamakatsu custom designed fillet and boning knives, to tackle and storage containers. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Maximize your outdoor adventure with the right gear at SportGo and Outdoor Emporium, Fife and Seattle.
Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. Oh, beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, geez, come on.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelt the air, and you've seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far, where time spent with loved ones and friends will go into the night and last in memories for a lifetime. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
New days, new beginnings, new friends, new loves. new dreams, new goals, new scenery, new job. No matter what the next chapter holds, Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate will be there to help you find the new that's right for your lifestyle at any stage of your life. Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. Expect better.
Huh?
Oh, there one goes.
Was it going to shoot over your head, Darren? Sounds like your dogs are ready.
Yeah, they're excited and ready to go.
Darren Schramm?
Yep.
Guys, Dwayne England, Fish Hunt Northwest, and we're out here with Darren today. Still over here at Hidden Ranch Outfitters. And one of the things they offer here is pheasant hunting and, well, multiple bird species. Yep. Today we're going to go after some pheasants.
Pheasants.
Yeah. So kind of nice that you can come over here and, gosh, we've been here almost a week hunting deer and do a little fishing, and now we're going to go chase some pheasants this morning. You got Ruger, who's your, what'd you say, 6-year-old?
6-year-old German wire hair.
And then you got Sam, who's 2.
Who's 2.
I think we hear Sam.
Yeah, we hear Sam. He's raring to go.
Raring to go. So great opportunity for you to work both dogs. You may keep Sam on a lead just because he's there, but you still want to refine him a little, huh?
Yeah, he wants to bust the bird out and get it going. He wants to be first.
Okay. Well, Sam, I don't want to do any running this morning, so
we'll hold him back a little.
Okay. Well, I think we're about ready to go here, and we're going to just walk through the sage and let them dogs kick some birds up and see if we can knock them down with the old Model 12. See what we can do.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
good times.
Let's go do this. We're going to bring this to you. Here we go. What?
He needs to learn to honor the point, you know.
Places like this are great for training dogs, right? I mean, you get them on a lot of birds, which gets them to repeat the process numerous times.
There's one right up in here somewhere. Whoa. Whoa.
Oh. Oh. Where's he at, Ruger? That's interesting. I haven't seen a bird run, so. Oop.
Yeah, he's on one now. Yeah, he's on point now.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, I'd walk on up there, Dwayne.
Okay. Oh. I didn't want to shoot you so low, and that dog was right there. I thought, I don't like that dog out in front. Dang it. That's all right. He pounced on that bird first. I wasn't. He pinned it to the ground. When it got up, it was so low by his head. I just, oh well. There's another one in here.
Oh no. Get him to checking.
Get him to come back.
Come, Ruger. He's like, I've already looked here. Here you go.
Glad he flew this way.
Good boy.
There you go. That's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, I heard you say, oh, I knew I was
like,
right
oh.
in the way.
And I'm like, oh, he's going to come right this way. Okay.
Ruger, come.
We'll get him.
Sit. 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 Give. Ruger.
Nice birds. Yeah. Nice birds. I like them. Nice long tails, good flyers. I mean, that bird got up and got elevated pretty quick, so.
It's cruising.
Yeah, man. It's good. Right on, okay. One for me, one for Ruger, one for the wilderness that we're gonna find.
Yeah, we'll
go find that bird, Darren. Yep. Good job, Ruger. Yeah, buddy. That wind's got you all.
Oh, there he is. He's got it now. I'd walk on up there. Whoa.
What you got, Ruger?
Whoa.
Huh?
Ruger, whoa.
Allied, the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
Hey guys, I'm Big Mike. Come on down to the Edge Pro Shop and see me. We've got all the best brands under one roof. We've got Hawken, Procure, Short Bass, Pro Troll, Yakima Bait, Get 'em Dry Jigs, Northwest Bait Scent, Daiwa Reels, North Fork Lures, North Wild, Brad's, Superfly, Rocky Mountain Tackle, and of course, the greatest rods ever built, Edge rods.
Oh, there he is. He's got it now. I'd walk on up there. Whoa.
What you got, Ruger?
Whoa.
Huh?
Ruger, whoa. Whoa. Nice, nice.
Going away from us. Those are tough ones. Yeah, attaboy, Ruger.
Ruger, come.
I'm not so sure that's not the bird we flushed earlier, Darren. Isn't this the cropping that he jumped behind? Come here, buddy. Good boy.
Ruger, come.
Good boy.
Come. Hey, come. Sit.
Good boy.
Give.
Mm-hmm.
Good boy.
Good boy.
Them are the hardest shots when they're flying away from you.
Yeah.
It's just like,
yeah.
Come on.
Excellent. What's up, buddy? Huh? You all can't wear you down.
Good boy, Rug.
Yeah.
Got me tied up.
It's funny as that wind picked up and it was blowing across this way. He was back and forth here till he finally pinned it down. That wind was giving him all kinds of hits, you know. That's
the difference between like an older dog. He'll wind more, use his nose more, where Sam will drag his nose on the ground just trying to find that track. But when he hits it, whew.
Oh,
Ruger's on point right there.
He is. Gonna be on the right again. That wind's got it right in his face. What you got, buddy?
There, now Sam's got a sniff of it. You can walk on up to him if you want.
Go ahead and let him flush him.
Go ahead, Ruger. Where's the bird? Where's the bird?
Oh. Oh.
Ruger, come. Come.
Yeah, I feel like if I walk up on him, I'll have to like go right here and shoot him. So,
What?
Sorry, Matt, can't touch my dad's 49.
It's sighted in.
Yeah.
No excuse. No excuses.
Okay.
Whoa. It was running around that brush.
Yeah, there you go. Good boy. He's like, I'll show that wind.
Whoa. Whoa, Sam.
Good training day for Sammy, boy.
Whoa.
That bird comes out over you guys, you better duck.
Whoa. Whoa. Ruger, come.
Ruger's on it.
Wait for me, Ruger.
He's on to something.
Wait for me.
You're gonna wait a little bit, Matt. Suppose he's out here in the middle. Ruger's on something. Wind's in his face, Matt, so that bird should be right between you and him, maybe.
Yeah, I just walk right towards him.
I think you winged him.
Keep walking, make him flush. There you go.
Attaboy.
Woo!
Double pump.
Come on, Ruger. Ruger, come.
Good shooting, Matt.
Good job. Ruger, come. Ruger, come. Come. Sit. 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 Ruger's on point up there. Sam, they're both on point, Matt. There it is. Woo! Yeah, that was sweet.
Good shooting, buddy. Yeah,
come on,
you did.
Ruger. Ruger, come. Good boy. Come. Come. Sit. 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 Give. 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 Hey, hey.
Darren, not a bad morning, huh?
Not a bad morning at all.
7 birds. That's
good shooting.
Yeah. Yeah. Those flyers, man, they take off away from you. That's always the tough one to get on, but
yeah,
I knocked down a couple. Good shoot there, man.
Yeah, you guys had some great shots.
Yeah. Well, the old Model 12 never fails me. Except the low trajectory bird over the dog's head that I'm very leery of ever shooting. And of course, we had a couple go over your guys' head. Had to wait till you passed, you know, the dog runner, and just you know, safety first.
Yeah.
Of course, as we like to say. But boy, beautiful birds out here. Do a really nice job, HRO, getting these birds and getting them out here and just giving the opportunity to come on out. This is a great venue for families, kids, right?
Yeah, it's set up for family-orientated stuff, hunting.
Yeah.
Easy walking.
How many different types of birds are you guiding out here?
Chucker and pheasant.
Chucker and pheasant?
Yeah, chucker and pheasant.
Yeah. And all through the winter?
Yes, I think till April.
Okay.
March, April.
Yeah. Yeah, excellent opportunities.
I think when they run out of birds, Rusty's done.
Yeah.
For the year, yeah.
He gets a good number of them to get out here and give people an opportunity. So not that far drive to come a couple hours on over here to the east side, get into some dry weather, take advantage of some excellent bird hunting, and get the youngsters out here and get them introduced to hunting, you know. This is a great way to do it. Turkey hunting is a great way to do it, but this has a much longer season, so
yeah,
always available. But had a great time, Darren. Can't thank you enough.
Yeah, thank you.
Taking the time this morning, and man, I, as they say, had a blast. I still do it for us out here in the rolling hills off the ranch here, and we'll jump out for a quick break, and we'll be back in the studio right after this.
I make my living catching fish, not only as a tournament angler, but as a guide as well. Catching fish is important, and Gamakatsu hooks for me, you know, they kind of help take the luck out of fishing a little bit just because they're a high quality hook. Obviously have a really good reputation for being very strong and very sharp. Gamakatsu, I use their products every day in the boat, and, you know, big part of my success.
All Defiance boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why all boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. All Defiance boats come standard with large fish boxes that are fully insulated so that you can ice your fish properly all day. All Defiance boats are foam flotation filled and unsinkable for the ultimate in safety while fishing offshore. Before you buy any boat, stop by or call Defiance Boats today to ensure you are getting the very best glass boat your money can buy.
If you're looking for the best fishing rods in the world, you really do need to take a look at the Edge rods. I designed and built new machinery, and I think this new machinery has enabled us to build blanks like no other company can build without this equipment. There is no other rods in the world that are as good as these rods. You owe it to yourself to take a good look at them.
All right, we are back. Here we go. So, Tommy, a little pheasant hunting for you.
Dude, that's awesome. I mean, I did a lot of pheasant hunting when I was going to the University of Nebraska. My brother still has the farm in South Dakota, so I miss that. I have not pheasant hunted since maybe 2006. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's a good time, and take advantage of something like Hidden Ranch Outfitters, and just, you know, get on over there and get it done. It's a good time.
Just crush them. Yeah.
Well, we got some steelhead to talk about. As of late, we had a closure of yet another hatchery program. I wanted to introduce everybody to the show here. Ed Eleazer, WDFW Region 4 Fish Program Manager. Ed, thanks for joining us on today's show. Glad you could make some time for us.
My pleasure.
Absolutely. So it kind of was all over the pages of social media, especially Northwest Sportsman's Magazine. Andy Walgamont wrote an article, and it basically stated, you know, it's the end of the Tokul Creek Hatchery early winter run production. crossed fingers the federal overseers will eventually approve a new state tribal broodstock program for the future of consumptive, and I want to get back to that, steelheading opportunities on the Snoqualmie. So that was kind of thrown out there for people to wrap their head around. Let's take a look at this program overall, say for the last 10 years or so. What's the annual number of fish actually getting planted out of Tokul Creek? And what was the percentage of return, or how many fish were recreational anglers actually able to target year in and year out?
Yeah, the annual release from that program, it's been reduced over the past 10 years, but recently it's been in that 70,000 range that we're able to release. And you know what that means to the recreational angler is we've been seeing around 300, 350 fish caught annually per year.
Okay.
So a lot less than when Tokul was in its glory day. And so, it was providing some opportunity, but wasn't as meaningful as we would like to put out there from a hatchery perspective.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it makes sense, Ed. You know, there was a report that came out that showed really the amount of hatchery genes present in the wild fish. And, you know, that data was taken over a 4-year period, and it was deemed that it exceeded an allowable limit that was set, right? And I'm just, you know, I'm curious about the data. I'm an engineer, right? That's just kind of how my brain operates. And so I'm curious, like, how long has this hatchery been in existence? And do we have a good baseline, you know, from earlier years in the hatchery, or is it really just looking at the data over the last 4 years? And what is the data?
Yeah, those are really good questions, and don't really have specifics as how long has this hatchery program been in existence. But my gut tells me it's been like over 50 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, Tokul's been kind of a mainstay in the Snohomish Basin. As far as the genetics go, we do have a good baseline. We've been looking at the genetics, the gene flow. And when we say gene flow, what we're doing, we're taking genetic material, DNA, off of wild fish. We've taken them off of some adults, we've taken them off of smolts, and then we analyze that data to see what percent gene flow is going from the hatchery to the wild through that analysis. And, you know, early window steelhead, this isn't the only program we have. As you know, we release them in the Nooksack, we release them in the Stillaguamish, and also on the Skykomish. And like in the Nooksack, the Stillaguamish, and the Skykomish, we're all seeing gene flow like less than 4%, 2%, in those rivers. But we're seeing a pretty high signal of it in the Snoqualmie, unfortunately. And the level that we're seeing there is above 10%. And so it's way out of bounds of our, 2% threshold. And that's what's giving us pause and leading us to the decision to terminate that program as is.
Yeah, Ed, you're talking about the, if I remember reading this right, the percentage of mixing and or the proportion of the effective hatchery contribution, right, and the mixing of the spawning on the ground. So real quick before we jump out for break, the 4 years that it was sampled and you attained those numbers of in excess of 10% of the genetic footprint. How many fish per year, real quickly, if on that 4-year sampling? How many fish were they pulling in?
I don't have those numbers in front of me, but
Okay.
we took smolts, we took adults, and the number I believe is over like 100. And so we had enough samples to know we were getting a pretty clear signal of what we were seeing out there.
Okay. Well, Ed, hold on just for a short bit. We're going to jump out for a quick break, and we'll be back more with Ed Eleazer, WDFW Region 4 Program Fish Manager, right after the break.
A Northwest favorite for almost 40 years, Arima boats are manufactured with pride in Bremerton, Washington. All Arima boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why Arima boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. Arima can offer every boat with Honda outboard packages so that you can take advantage of the reliability and 5-year top-to-prop warranty from your Honda outboard. Call or stop by Arima Boats today and let them help you get into your very next boat.
Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. Oh, beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, that's good.
Oh, no, geez, come on.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
All right, we're back here with Ed Eleazer, WDFW Region 4 program, fish program manager. And Ed, before the break, we ran through a series of numbers there that are pretty important for folks to pay attention to. I want to fast forward now what the future holds. So we're doing away with the Tokul Creek Hatchery program. That's been established. That's done now. No egg take this year as far as we've been led to believe. Talk a little bit about this integrated broodstock program, if that's going to be the future. And will that work towards consumptive catching, fish and retention, and also, catch and release as this process is through? Kind of explain what that means on an integrated broodstock program real quick.
Yeah, great question, and don't have a specific answer for you. What we know in conversations with our co-managers is they didn't want to see a steelhead program disappear without a steelhead program being replaced.
Mm-hmm.
And what we know on the Snoqualmie with winter steelhead, that population is on the decline. And so what we're doing right now is reimagining the Tokul Creek facility to see what we can do to help stabilize that wild population, and at the same time offer opportunity for recreational and tribal fisheries. So what does that look like in the future? We're really figuring that out. As far as like how big the program is, like, are we going to have like an angler driven broodstock program similar to like what we're doing with the Chum on the Sky Comish? That's working out really well. And as far as the fishery program, does that look like a catch and keep? Does that look like a catch and release season, like on the Skagit?
Right.
Like, all those details need to be worked out and kind of thought about long and hard. So just been having a lot of conversations with folks to just kind of get their best ideas. So, we can come up with the best program possible moving forward.
Yeah.
Ed, there is quite a process that you and your team have to go through to get us back to that consumptive state.
Right.
And I don't think that, in general, the public appreciates the amount of work that has to be done. And so I just want to get an understanding from you about this process. NOAA's got to complete an ESA analysis, right? Endangered Species Act analysis. You have something called the NEPA process that takes into account environmental factors, social factors, economic factors. And then at the end of the day, you have to present and submit this hatchery genetic management plan. Talk us a little bit through all that acronym salad, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Sure. It's a lot of fun.
It is.
So we've gone down this path on all of our hatchery programs throughout the state. And so it's nothing new to us. It's new to your listeners, I guess, and so what we basically have to do is write an application for what we're doing. And we call that application a hatchery genetic management plan. And so we'll work with the tribes and get the application, the hatchery genetic management plan written. I'm sorry, I got a train going by, so this is gonna be kind of
no
loud.
worries. We're good.
So my apologies there. But we'll get the application written, and then we'll submit it to NOAA, and then that'll kick off a consultation timeline, and then we'll work together with them to get it through their NEPA process, all their federal processes to get it over the finish line. And in our experience, we can get the HGMP written pretty quickly. we're meeting with the tribes like in a couple weeks to kick off this process. And so I imagine we'll have an HGMP written early next year, and we'll be in that consultation process. I just don't know how long that's going to take. Is once we get, turn in that application, is it 6 months or is it 18 months? But, it will be moving forward through that process. But hope that answers your question.
It sounds like best case scenario, we're probably a couple years out to get a program up and going. And then we gotta wait for rate of return, a couple life cycles, perhaps. I mean, eventually we're going to have a fishery back on there, but it could take 6, 8, 10 years. That's not such a far-fetched statement, is it?
No, I think that's a realistic statement.
Yeah, okay.
I think about any of the transitions that we do at our hatchery. I'm thinking about Reeder Pond's hatchery, where we eliminated that Scammania program a few years ago, and we transitioned to a wild program. And this year we're getting a couple dozen returns, but we're still a few years off before we get in the hundreds. And that's where we need to be. Really
great info. Never enough time to get really down into the weeds on this. There's way too much to talk about. So I want to thank you for taking some time with us today, Ed. Much appreciated. Ed Eleazer, WDFW Region 4 Fish Program Manager, and we'll stay in touch.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right. Jump out for a quick break. We'll be right back. Defiance Marine is the one-stop shop for the Pacific Northwest angler. Defiance Marine guarantees the best price on a new and best service on a repower for your current boat. Defiance Marine is a Honda Premier dealership and one of the largest on the West Coast. Defiance Marine is a boat dealer who proudly sells Defiance, Allied, and Arima boats. All boats are built by West Coast fishermen for West Coast fishermen. Defiance Marine has all your boating needs to help you get out on the water.
If you're looking for the best fishing rods in the world, you really do need to take a look at the edge rods. I designed and built new machinery, and I think this new machinery has enabled us to build blanks like no other company can build without this equipment. There is no other rods in the world that are as good as these rods. You owe it to yourself to take a good look at them.
All right. Well, you're back and we got through it.
Yeah.
And it just goes by too fast.
I know.
Huh?
Yeah. Poor Ed going through all that process paperwork.
He's going to have his work cut out for him. It's not fun by any means. Hey, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. It's the first time joining us. Make sure you jump on over to our webpage, www.fishhuntnw.com. They're going to find a lot of insightful information. Check out some of the coupon codes we have there for you to take advantage of. Edge rods, FHN 20 at checkout. You're going to save 20% on all edge rods all the time. And of course, Phelps Game Calls, Fish Hunt NW10 over at Phelps, and you're going to save 10% on all calls through the entire year. And real quickly, Tommy, I want to remind everybody, WDFW Coastal Steelhead Town Hall number 2. That is coming up really quick. Wednesday, November 13th, 6 p.m. Sign up, the link provided on our Facebook page, go to it, or check out, simply Google search WDFW Steelhead Town Hall November 2024. And you know what? It comes right up. Click on participation, and it's going to populate so you can simply put in your information and receive an email back from them that you have logged in for the Zoom. And if nothing else, just join up, listen to what's going on, be involved in the conversation if you choose to. But you know what? Really hopeful that we get our season back out here in Grace Harbor for steelhead this next coming winter for 24-25. That would be a monumental occasion, my friend.
I know. It's been a long time coming.
3 years. 3 years we've not had a season there. So do your part, stay educated, get involved, get informed, and join in on the conversation. Wednesday, November 13th, 6 p.m. It's just that easy. So, all right, we got some fish to go after tomorrow.
All right.
And be aware, rain is coming this weekend. Rivers are going to blow by early this next week. So you better get out this weekend. Find some time. Thanks for joining us. Get out this weekend. Get something done. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time right here, Fish on Northwest.